There are nights when the desert does not sleep, when even the wind forgets to move, and the stars hold their breath. The elders said, when the earth is still and the sky burns red, listen for the cry of the owl, because that will be the night before the fire. That will be the warning before the world turns. Long ago, before the rivers were poisoned, before the mountains were scarred, the Hopi people spoke of a time that would come, a time of confusion, noise, and forgetting. They said, the people will live inside their own shadows. They will speak without listening. They will build towers of light, but walk in darkness. And when the balance of life breaks, the messengers of the unseen will return. The first will not come as lightning, nor as thunder, but as a cry in the night, a red owl over the desert sky, not gray, not white, but red, its wings tinted like blood, its eyes glowing like the heart of fire, and for 3 nights it will cry, over the sands, over the stones, over the sleeping towns that have forgotten the sacred songs. The prophecy says the red owl will cry 3 times. The first night, its cry will be heard only by those who still walk the old path. The medicine people, the watchers, the dreamers. They will wake in the dark and feel the weight of sorrow. They will know the spirit world has opened its door. The second night, the owl's cry will echo across cities. It will be carried by the wind, in sirens, in screams, in sudden unrest. The air will feel heavy, as if the land itself is holding its breath. And the third night will be the silence before the fire. The stars will dim, the sky will bleed, and from the east, a great flame will rise. They said, fire will come from the east, not the gentle fire of the hearth, not the sacred fire of ceremony, but a devouring fire, born from the hands of men, guided by spirits they do not understand. Many laughed when the elders spoke of owls. They said, owls are only birds. The red hue is only the setting sun. But the Hopi knew. In their stories, the owl is never just a bird. It is the keeper of death, the messenger between worlds. It comes when souls are restless, when the veil between the living and the dead thins. They said the red owl is not an animal of flesh, but a spirit-given form, sent to awaken memory in a time of blindness. Because when people lose their eyes to truth, the spirit must speak through the sky. In those days, men will make metal birds that breathe fire. They will rise from the east like swarms of locusts. Their wings will darken the dawn, and the fire they bring will turn rivers to steam, and cities to dust. The Hopi saw this, not as a vision of vengeance, but of reckoning, because fire purifies, and before the new world is born, the old must burn. They said, when the red owl cries, the earth will remember its pain. The stones will break open, and the ground will tremble with the tears of the forgotten. Picture it, a desert night, windless, moon bleeding through thin clouds. A shape moves along the ridge, silent wings, an owl unlike any other, eyes glowing like twin embers. It lands upon a stone, the kind of stone the ancients once used for prayer, and it cries, once, twice, thrice, each cry rippling through the unseen world, each echo shaking something deep within creation. And far away in glass cities, people will feel unease they cannot name. Children will wake in the night, whispering of red eyes in their dreams. Dogs will howl without reason, and the old will whisper, it has begun. After the third cry, the prophecy says, the fire will come. Some say it means war, armies rising, missiles launched, nations turning to dust. Others say it means a fire from the heavens, a burning star, a comet, a visitor from the void. and some whisper it means a spiritual fire, an illumination that burns away lies, and forces every soul to see itself in truth. Whatever the form, the fire will come from the east, and when it comes, there will be no time for words, only prayer, because fire does not ask permission, it only reveals. The 3 nights of the Red Owl mark the last call of mercy. Each night, the Spirit calls to awaken hearts, but few listen. On the first night, a red glow appears on the horizon, like the reflection of distant fire. The people dismiss it. They say it's just the lights of the cities. On the second night, the air grows heavy. Birds vanish. The moon seems to waver like a dying flame. Dreams become strange, filled with omens and faces of ancestors. And on the third night, the owl itself appears, seen by few, felt by all, a sound like sorrow carried on the wind, not of anger, but of mourning, because the owl does not bring death. It announces it. It calls the soul to prepare. The Hopi warned that when the red owl cries, the people will not understand. Their eyes will see signs, but their hearts will be blind. They will think the signs are coincidence. They will blame weather, politics, machines. They will call prophecy superstition. But when the fourth dawn rises, and the fire comes from the east, it will be too late to reason. For the owl's cry was the final mercy, and humanity chose not to hear. Blindness is not the absence of sight. It is the refusal to see. In old Hopi villages, the elders still remember the teachings. They say, "When the owl calls, do not fear. Do not run. Do not curse the heavens. Listen, because even in warning, there is grace. The owl's cry is a call to purify, to turn back, to remember, to live again in harmony with the earth. If the people return to balance before the third cry, the fire can be softened. It can come as light, not destruction. But if they remain deaf, the fire will cleanse by force. After the fire, the prophecy says, there will be silence. The land will sleep beneath ash and smoke. But from that silence, new songs will rise. Children of the surviving tribes will walk the earth again. They will plant corn upon the scorched soil, and the earth will heal slowly, painfully, beautifully. And one morning, when the wind is soft and the sun gentle, an owl will cry again, not red but white, a sign that the circle is restored, that the age of war has ended, and the age of peace begins. The elders called it Tuwakachi, the end of the fourth world, and the beginning of the fifth. Listen carefully. The signs of the red owl are not locked in the past. They belong to now. The deserts still wait. The skies are watching. And somewhere, perhaps already, the first cry has been heard. 3 nights before the fire. That is what the prophecy says. Not 3 centuries. Not 3 generations. 3 nights. A short warning. A final mercy. So when the world trembles, when red lights fill the horizon, when the winds turn strange and the birds vanish, remember this story. Because prophecy is not a curse. It is a mirror. It shows us what can be, and what still can be changed, even now. In dreams and visions, people across the world speak of a red light in the sky, of an owl-shaped shadow, gliding across the moon. Some say it's myth, some say it's madness, but the heart knows truth before the mind accepts it. Perhaps the red owl already cries. Perhaps the fire is already moving. Perhaps this story reached your ears, because you were meant to hear it. Every prophecy carries 2 paths, the path of fear and the path of awakening. If you choose to awaken, you silence the need for destruction. You turn fire into light. You become part of the healing. The Hopi say, All things are connected. What we do to the earth, we do to ourselves. What we ignore in spirit will return in storm. So tonight, as the desert breathes beneath the stars, listen. The world is speaking again. Through wind, through silence, through stories like this one. And if you ever hear an owl cry in the night, and the sky glows faintly red, do not fear. Remember, pray, for you are living in the prophecy. 3 nights before the fire, the red owl will cry, and after the fire, the world will begin again. May we be wise enough to listen before the cry becomes a scream. May the fire find us pure, not proud, and may the dawn that follows be a dawn of peace. If this prophecy speaks to your spirit, share it. Let it travel, as the old words once did, from heart to heart, from fire to fire, because perhaps the warning itself is the mercy we have been given.